He still doesn't know what he's looking at. He still doesn't flip protections. He doesn't know when he's hot. This isn't me saying this. I'm not an NFL. I've never claimed to be an NFL coach. This is people in that building will tell me he still doesn't know how to flip protection. He doesn't know when he's hot. He doesn't know what he's looking at. He can only throw to wide open receivers. He doesn't make tight window throws. He doesn't throw guys open. This is not the answer. These last 2 weeks were the opportunity coming off the Titans game to show that he can be the guy against playoff contenders, and he has not lived up to it. This is not it.
GBush just shut Jason Lloyd down on national TV, and it wasn't even close. This wasn't debate. This was a public cooking over Shedeur Sanders. And what happened live on UCSS exposed who the real haters really are. It happened live on UCSS with nowhere to hide and no stat sheet big enough to save them. Because when GBush finally pushed back, calmly, confidently, and with facts, you could literally watch the room shift. And today, we're breaking down exactly why that moment mattered, why Jason Lloyd and Jay got exposed, and why Shedeur Sanders keeps making people uncomfortable in this league. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this wasn't just about football.
What I think is the best team in the AFC.
Yeah.
So not a terrible game, but nothing amazing that really stood out. It was kind of just a decent performance by everybody.
Yeah.
Say they wouldn't have to trade up, but if they're the 2 spot and they only like one of the 2 quarterbacks, then
Sure, but I don't think we're going to be in that spot. You're right. I don't think we're going to be in that
Yeah,
spot.
I want to hear why. Well, they like both. They'd be fine.
You think they like both? I'm interested in hearing the why. Because
Cleveland Browns fans have been traumatized by quarterbacks for decades. So when someone like Shedeur Sanders shows up, confident, composed, unfazed, people don't know how to react. Some fans see hope, some analysts see threat, and some media members, they see a narrative slipping out of their control. That's where Jason Lloyd comes in. Because for weeks, actually months, we've heard the same talking points recycled over and over again.
The metrics will tell you, and there's more than the metrics. The metrics will tell you he is the worst quarterback this century by dropback per EPA. He's worse than Jamarcus
Okay,
Russell.
explain that.
Count down and distance, field position, home or away, time and score. It is the most all-encompassing metric that
Does
you
it
can
take
use
into
to
account
measure
teammates?
quarterbacks. The Browns are the most dysfunctional team in the NFL. Period.
No.
Full stop. They can buck the odds and do something that very few other teams can do. No.
The metrics say he's bad. The EPA numbers don't like him. Worst QB since 2000. He's not ready. He's not it. But here's the problem. Those people aren't watching the games. And GBush finally said what everyone else was afraid to say.
I couldn't disagree more. Actually, to be truthful, when you're talking about football, the crazy thing about football is it's not done in a back room with calculators. And I respect True Media, but True Media don't draft players. You can't do it in a vacuum. Shedeur Sanders, to be the reality of it, has played This is 5th or 6th game. And in those 5 or 6 games, does he have some stuff to work on? Sure, he does have some things to work on. He's a rookie. Is he going to have some mistakes? Sure. But he's shown well enough to say that he has an opportunity to be a starting quarterback in this league.
I totally disagree.
Well, listen, the film, we can go down to it. I can show you the deep ball. I can show you the accuracy. I can show you that he hits people. I can show you people said that he couldn't run the football or he was not as athletic. He led the team in rushing 3 weeks in a row. He's eluding the rush. He's stepping up every single week and show you something different.
Before we even talk about Shedeur Sanders, we need to talk about context. Because Cleveland is where quarterback careers go to die. Tim Couch, Brady Quinn, Brandon Weeden, Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson's collapse. This franchise has never protected quarterbacks, never stabilized the offense, and never committed long-term patience. So when Shedeur Sanders walks into this environment behind a broken offensive line with rotating receivers and constant pressure and still puts points on the board, that matters. But Jason Lloyd doesn't want to talk about that. Let's talk about the weapon of choice for Shedeur haters, dropback EPA. Sounds smart, looks official, but it hides context like a magician hides cards. Dropback EPA does not factor offensive line breakdowns, missed receiver separation, play calling limitations, rookie situational pressure, injuries mid-game. GBush made that crystal clear. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, stats don't play football, people do. And that hit hard because Jason Lloyd kept repeating the same line, worst quarterback since 2000 by EPA, and GBush responded with the only thing that matters, points. Let's compare real production. Before Shedeur Sanders, Bengals, 16 points. Ravens, 17 points. Packers, 13 points. Lions, 10 points. Steelers, 9 points. With Shedeur Sanders, Raiders, 24 points. 49ers, 26 points. Titans, 29 points. Bears, 31 points. Bills, 23 points. Read that again. That is offensive improvement. That is not worst QB since 2000. That is functional NFL quarterbacking under pressure. And when GBush dropped that comparison live, Jason Lloyd froze, because numbers are only powerful when they're selective.
Oh, I don't know what you expect. This is two playoff teams, two of the best teams in the league, and he's playing with backups at offensive line. His number one running back is out of the game, no receivers, and in 5 or 6 games, we use these stats to say, oh, he's not the guy. But I just saw Dylan Gabriel not do that. I done seen Deshaun Watson not do that. Oh, and by the way, all accounts are the coach who's the head of the offense is getting fired. So you got to take into account of that too. The guy who was running the offense, whose offense hasn't been good with any other quarterback, is also not going to be there. So we can say he's not the quarterback or whatever the case may be, but let me just keep it real.
Let's talk about what the film actually shows. Shedeur Sanders climbs the pocket instead of panicking, keeps eyes downfield, makes anticipation throws, uses legs intelligently, protects the football. These are not rookie mistakes. These are NFL starter traits. GBush emphasized this, not by yelling, but by calmly explaining what people were ignoring. And that's why it hurt, because nothing angers a hater more than calm confidence backed by evidence. Here's where the show changed. Jason Lloyd didn't argue football anymore. He argued authority. He leaned on reputation, on "I've been covering the Browns longer," and GBush shut that down instantly. Experience doesn't mean correctness, and the audience felt it. Live chat exploded. Clips started circulating. The narrative cracked, because for the first time, someone didn't let the expert label slide unchecked. This is the real reason. Shedeur Sanders is confident without apology, calm under chaos, not deferential, not scared of criticism, and that terrifies traditional media, because he doesn't need their validation. GBush hinted at this without saying it outright, but everyone watching understood. This isn't just about stats, it's about control of the story. Every hater cycle looks the same. Step 1. Ignore success. Step 2. Cherry-pick stats. Step 3. Shift goalposts. Step 4. Question intangibles. Step 5. Pretend you never doubted. GBush stopped that cycle midstream, and that's why this moment went viral. Whether Shedeur Sanders becomes a franchise QB or not, this moment matters. Because Cleveland finally has a QB who responds to pressure, a fan-base defending performance, not hype, a media pushback moment, and that changes coverage going forward. They can't dismiss him the same way anymore. So no, this wasn't just GBush cooking Jason Lloyd. This was a line being drawn between watching games and reading spreadsheets, between narratives and reality, between hate and football truth. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Did GBush end the debate, or are the haters just getting started? Because one thing is clear, Shedeur Sanders isn't going away.